I guess that nothing happened, so we're just gonna look. You pulled up your socks and began to make your way off the path through the overgrowth. Either it's dead or it never existed, so. It was harder to keep your footing on the slanted, untrimmed ground. When you reached a really cluttered spot, you grasped at the branches and pushed them aside in order to open enough space for you to get past. You moved them the same way you'd opened up a set of curtains, but it was a lot harder to do. Like curtains. Or those really weird things, like blinds. The tiniest branches couldn't take the bend and snapped from the pressure. You could feel the splintery ends of the plant scratch a little at your face and clothes. It wasn't as smooth as of an entrance as you'd hoped it would be. On the other side of that tree line was still the woods, but kind of an empty part. There was a lot of open ground with no trees or bushes growing and a ton of leaves that were gathered in the piles. Past that clearing, the trees were back, and even more closely pressed together than they were by the path. It was mysterious, there was nowhere easy to go, and nothing seemed out of place to you until... Oh God, a child. Hello! There was a shout and a new whirlwind of leaves rushing through the air. From underneath one of the piles was a kid. Ugh. You knew that was going to happen. What? You stared at them, and they looked right back at you as everything they'd thrown into the air gently drifted back down. You're pretty, yeah, just hi, you're pretty. just gonna say hi. Wait here! The jumping jack kid hopped again, but this time it was to get up off the ground. They dashed to the opposite edge of the open space, leaves scattering behind them, dropping out of their clothes and being kicked up by their steps. You were already wondering what was going to happen next. From behind one of the tall, crooked trees, the kid began throwing sticks and other plant pieces around. They were uncovering a hidden treasure, a big brown bag. Oh, drugs in the forest. Cool. They had to use both hands to lift the pouch and get it over their head. The thick strap pulled tight under the strain of the way attached to it. The line of their mouth looked just as strained. The stranger huffed when they released the bag from their fingers, letting it rest completely across their shoulder. You heard stuff bumping around inside from your position way over here. It was a really full pack, but it didn't slow that kid down. They ran back at full speed to meet you where you were. When they were in front of your face, they gave a wave and asked a question. Hi, are you a girl too? I don't know, it's sometimes or kind of, not totally. I guess kind of, not totally makes more sense to say. Okay, what's the rest? I'm a girl, but kind of not. People use she, them to talk about me. Both girls, kind of. Both girls, kind of. And all of a sudden, the leafy girl seemed to remember to introduce herself the way most people do. I'm Tamarack. That sounds nice. Thanks. A tamarack is a kind of tree. I like it a lot. So what's your name? It's Reganistic. Nice to meet you. Wow, hi Regan. She greeted you with a finger-spread wave of her hand, as sweetly as if you'd always known each other and she'd done it 100 times. Do you like it? Your name? Yeah. Ooh, alright. Your ribbon is nice. Compliment for a compliment. Thanks. I'm like, why are you looking at me like that? Why is this child looking at me like that? Why are you here? Where did you come from? Are you visiting? She piled on one question after the other, letting them bubble out like her laughter. I'm not some kind of tourist. My mama and me moved into this town. Tamarak gasped, her large eyes opening even wider. They were full of sparkles. Me too! I'm new too! I moved to live with my Omi and Oppa. They have a house here and I'm gonna be there now. Alright. Regan's gonna be smart. Yep. Hi, I just met you, but are your parents dead? Think about Mama. It's normal. I've been here 5 days and it's really good. There's so much out here. I probably won't be finished for a long, long time. Months, maybe. This is my very first day in Golden Grove. Wow, that's barely different. That's barely different at all. We're a match. She furrowed her extra... Stop looking at me like that. You're a child. I don't know. It's not like that. It just kind of bugs me. Like, it's like she's... The way her body language, their eyes makes that smile seem weird. Like, fake, even. I don't know. She furrowed her extra short eyebrows as much as she could as a new idea came to her. Hey! We're both girls, and new. What if we're the same age, too? I'm 10. Hooray! Same age forever! On the contrary, I plan to turn 12 next. I plan to turn 12 this next birthday. Sucks to be you. Happily, Tamarak held onto the worn strap of her big bag and bounced up and down in place. You decided that this was the perfect time to talk to her about what you were doing. Yeah, do you know what this is? She began to cheer loud in the moment she caught sight of the unusually colored page. You got it! Yes, I got it. It's right here. Wow! She flung her arms up over her head and celebrated. What? Knocking her back out to the side. It made a thump noise when it swung back against her. My aim is good. She blinked at her. You blinked at her in disbelief. You'd done it. You found the mystery person who made that strange paper airplane message. Boop. That. Maybe her grandparents told her, like, hey, the Istics are moving in. They have a daughter your age, etc., etc. Oh wait, you were talking about that. I thought you were personally asking that. I'm gonna ask her why she didn't just talk to me. I didn't send a note. What is that supposed to mean? You thought you knew what disbelief was a second ago, but hearing that made you feel it in ways you never had before. The stunned look on your face got Tamarak to add more. The paper I used wasn't mine. It was litter in the woods. I picked it up and put it in my bag because I couldn't leave it there on the ground. Then when I saw you standing in the road, I just had the idea. I could do something fun with the garbage by making a paper airplane for you. So you didn't write anything on it? Yeah, I didn't. Wait, then why does it have my name on it? I don't know. That was all she said. Tamara couldn't tell you anything more. The person who wrote that strange message for you was still a mystery. You hadn't found them even after meeting the paper airplane person. I guess, yeah, I accept it. Mission complete. You started thinking more and more about this, making plans in your head. Tamarak could tell something was going on with you. Regan, what did the paper say? Was it funny? Do you think random stuff is funny? It was short, and all the parts were on different lines. The words were hello, go out, hide out, Reganistic. What? So weird. Who would write that? I know, that's what I was thinking. It's strange. She took a big hop closer to you, a smile going across her face as she landed. You should keep going, and I'll come too. The paper isn't very old. Would have gotten wet or eaten by bugs if it was out there in the forest for a while. We could track them down and ask them what they're doing. She wouldn't have been scared. Regan's the girl boss. No. I did that earlier. Woohoo! Tamrak snatched up a nearby stick off the ground and directed the pointy end forward, the way he would come from. We're gonna find the litterer who puts weird things on paper. And so you started to walk along the brown fall brush again. Now with your new partner in the adventure, Tamara came along from behind you with eager skipping steps. She was right. You were going to find that note writer person who knew your name. Soon you reached the head of the path. You were at the crossroads once more, but you'd brought back knowledge and this new girl with you. Alright, we did that one. It's where you were. And down there is just a car road. You stood at Tamarak's side, gesturing around animatedly with both hands. You didn't know if that helped her understand better, but you couldn't keep still. But there's the way over on the other side. You bent your knees, stretched out both arms, and pointed across the forked passage to where the second dirt imprint was. Tamarak couldn't possibly miss it with your direction. With her lips shut into a tight line, she nodded rapidly and with seriousness. But only for a second, then she was perky again. She was having fun and only pretending like she wasn't always so silly. Yeah, okay. Down the tree path for you and me. The decision is easily made. Your and her crunching footsteps started up again in unison. Damn, I wish I had this childhood. Like, I'm already jealous. Still, your quest continued. The path ended up being kind of a trick. You ran out of dirt to walk on after only a minute or two, and it became a plain grass everywhere. I'm actually going to save this before I forget. Alright. The path... Okay, I actually already said that. Luckily, you only had to keep following the curved bend of brush and tree trunks that separated the forest from not the forest to know you were going where you had planned to go. Tamara hummed a happy tune, not bothered by the change on the ground at all. You made eye contact and she started to speak words instead of music. It's good that we're looking this way. Walking down that road that goes to town would have been a bad idea. Do your Omi and Oppa have a rule against that too? I don't know. Oh, then how come? Her eyes went wide. Whatever news she had to give must be something awful. Regan, you have no idea because you just got here, but I've seen it. The town here is bad. The buildings were probably new when my Omi and Oppa were 10. It's old and dusty. Nobody's going anywhere doing anything. They just live in this place, sit around, and do that forever. You can never have fun there. She spoke gravely, giving the topic a moment of silence. After that, her spark came back, lighting up her features. But it's all okay since it's right next to here. Hamrak hopped along, directing her stick to the tree line at your sides. Everything in the forest is growing or dying or changing no matter what. You look at one spot, you look at a different spot, you look back at the spot, you'll see something new you didn't even notice before. She spread her arms across and up in front of your face playfully. It's magic! Wow, you're right. Then as you strolled even farther, something came into view. You almost didn't notice it at first. Stretching about as high as the trees and made out of practically the same colored wood as a tower sort of thing. The bottom of it was mostly empty space with thin stick poles at the corners and only one full wall. There were little fake rocks stuck to the boards of the walls that were probably for people to climb on. Above was an actual floor with a slanty roof and railings around. Some ropes dangled off of it in multiple places. The thought came to you that it had the same feeling as a tree house, except not in a tree. And it definitely wasn't a real house. You might have found a local playground. A squealing whist. Alright, I'm gonna stop that first. We're gonna stop the first recording.